Hey sis, hey, welcome to my live. Welcome to my Periscope video. So tonight we're going to be talking about how do you know when to be patient or when you just simply are wasting your time. So if you're new to me, welcome. My name is Dawana. I am currently known across all networks as the Prophets 31 Coach. Hey, Prophetess Georgia, God bless you. Thank you for being a part. And we're going to be talking tonight, guys, about how do you know when to be patient versus when you're wasting your time. And the verse that I wanted to share with you guys tonight, guys, is 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Hey, Pastor Vine. Hey, 1 Corinthians, hey. 1 Corinthians 13, guys. You guys can feel free to check in and say hey and say hey. I love say hey, says hey. 1 Corinthians 13, guys, verse 4, which says that love is patient and love is kind. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I was reading a story earlier today, and you guys feel free to tap hearts and also feel free to share. Sharing is caring. Elmo, thank you for inviting followers to class. I appreciate that. You can tweet it out. You can share on Facebook. You can invite your followers. Miss Brittany, thank you for joining. All right. So I was reading a book actually where there was someone who was talking about how when she got married, you guys, she had asked her husband to change this light bulb. She's like, baby, can you change the light bulb or whatever? Thank you, Uncle Vaughn, for inviting followers. And thank you, Pastor Georgia, for being a super fan. So anyway, she had asked her husband, could he change the light bulb for her? You know, she was very sweet. And she asked him, and so guys, a day goes by. Of course, like the light bulb wasn't changed. She asked him, you know, and she just waited patiently. She waited patiently. So basically, guys, she waited for several weeks and he still hadn't changed the light bulb. Well, eventually her husband did get ready to change the light bulbs. But through the whole time she was patient with him. Through the whole time she waited for him, and through the whole time she didn't nag or pressure him. And I thought that was very, very phenomenal from the standpoint of a single woman, because oftentimes, thank you Southern Belle for inviting followers. Oftentimes as single women, we're so quick to look for reasons to pick apart or look for reasons to nag or look for reasons to complain about what someone isn't doing, but we don't realize that we're going to have that same level of patience, if not more patience, once we get into marriage. Once we get in our marriage, we're going to have that same level. And I thought that it was interesting that she was patient with him, guys, because 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 says that love is patient. And oftentimes we put love with something that, you know, what can you do for me? You know, and then I'm gonna do this for you. But really, like, love is, as I'm learning in singleness, guys, once we get into a relationship, once we get into a marriage, as we're being prepared for it, it's going to be patience. It's going to be us being patient and being okay with things not happening right away when we want them to or how we want them to. This lady, she had a choice when her husband didn't change the light bulb. She could have nagged him to death, or she could have loved him to life. And she chose to love him to life. And I think that that's a very important thing, because honestly, guys, and I heard this said before, many of us in singleness, because we are so focused on, you know, what can you give me, or, you know, how you better treat me, what I deserve. You know, it's such a sense of entitlement. It's such a sense of entitlement that we're really practicing for divorce. You guys could type that on the screen, practicing for divorce, because every time that they don't do something we don't like, or every time they mess up in the littlest way, we're ready. Hey, Jakayla. Hey, sis. Hey, we're ready to cut them off. We're really ready to break it apart. Now, I'm not saying that you should go run with 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 and take that completely out of context and say, well, I'm gonna be patient with my boyfriend that's bopping me up the head. No, upside the head. Like, no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying though is that if it's some stuff that you can work with, and I've talked about this in a blog post, guys, as a single woman sitting under married women, what I'm learning is that if there are some things that you can work with, some things that you can say, okay, well, he may not have did this right, but he did other things right. Focus on the positive and to be patient And so it's so important, you guys, that really in singleness that we start to to say, God, prepare my heart to be patient. And I really have been learning. You said you would have changed the light bulb yourself or gotten someone to change it for you. I really been learning, guys, that men, you know, even as we're preparing to be future wives, it's important that we're patient because they have feelings too. They have egos too. They're not going to do everything perfectly, and they're not going to do everything right. But my question to us as women who are practicing the beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, and as I have it on my wall, First Peter 3 verse 4. You guys see it? It's right there. I don't know if y'all see it. But anyway, so my question for us, even as women who are practicing that, guys, of having beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, is, are you willing to practice patience now in the waiting season? Are you willing to practice patience when God gives you the relationship? Are you willing to practice patience and prepare yourself to be patient even in marriage? Like so many of us, I believe we go through this princess syndrome or the queen syndrome. And, you know, guys, honestly, I can say that God, hey, sister, hey, Crystal, I can say that God's been teaching me that he is not always going to be perfect. He is not always going to do everything right away. He is not your future husband. Guys, and I just taught Dear Future Husband Mentorship Program. They're not going to do everything right away. But what I've been learning, guys, is it's important, just like in 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4, that love is patient, it's kind. If you go down in 1 Corinthians 13, it talks about, thank you, thank you, Crystal, for inviting followers. It talks about how love keeps no record of wrong. So with that being said, guys, are we really ready to prepare for marriage? Are we really ready to be patient with our future husbands? Are we ready to wait? You know, and I think that's why God has so many of us waiting now, is because we can't master the lesson of patience. And if we can't be patient in the wait, and if we can't be patient in relationships with our mother, if we can be patient in relationships with our children or nieces, how are we going to be patient when you have a husband who you may have asked him for the umpteenth time not to put his drink on the table without a coaster, and he does it anyway? And so I think that we have to, and not even I think, guys, I think based on the word of God, love, being patient and kind. Hey, Mark, love, being patient and kind. I think that we've got to choose to be patient. You know, we've got to say, God, if there's impatience in me, Lord, take it out of me. God, if there is a desire to control or to force or to manipulate this man in any way to do what I want him to do and not love him for how he is, then God, you need to change me. Because honestly, guys, that's what we are going to want in our future marriage. Good to see you too. We're going to want somebody, and if you want somebody like this, you can put me. You're going to want somebody who's going to be patient and loving with you. And if we expect that from our future husbands, we have got to exemplify that. We've got to show grace. We've got to keep no records of wrongs. And we have got to love unconditionally. And like I said before, don't take that out of context. Don't say what Dewana said. The 1 Corinthians 13 said I should be with someone who's abusive or mistreated me. Absolutely not. But be patient the way that you would want him to be patient with you. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm still learning, and as I learn more, I will share with you guys more. But I can honestly say that this season of waiting, you guys, has been one where I think God has been shining the mirror a lot on me as well. And some of the things, guys, like as we just humble ourselves before him, he will show you yourself. And so if you're like, well, the one, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not sure I'm struggling with patience, ask God to show you if you're struggling with it. And ask him to help. And my prayer has switched from, God, please let me get married, to, Lord, if I'm supposed to be married to a certain man, prepare me to be the type of wife that he needs. Prepare me to be the wife that'll be patient with him. Prepare me to be the wife that'll be kind towards him. Prepare me to be the wife that won't give up on him because he didn't do something according to my expectation. So I think we need to really focus on that, you guys, really concentrate on that, and really be okay with being patient and waiting on God, and being patient with people too. Being patient with people, because God is definitely patient with us. And we live in such a culture and such a society where people are just like, I don't care about my haters. Cut them out. You know, like if I go on Facebook right now and put like, cut the people who hate on you, just cut them off, I will get 130 likes. I promise you. But if I put up, forgive people who despitefully use you, or forgive people who don't always treat you right, or swallow your pride, I might get like 30. You know, so what God is really doing in me, and that's why sometimes I just sit back, like even in my group, the Single Woman Suite, I'm looking and I'm watching now, some of the women are saying the lessons they learned. But the reason why I'm sitting back and just taking it all in is because God is really teaching me that in marriage, even as I'm learning the single season, when you get married, it's not going to always go your way. And the sooner that we learn that as single women, guys, I think the closer that we're going to be to getting prepared for marriage. So be patient, guys. I put that title up there. Just to challenge us to go deeper with patience. Yes, a humbling process. And you know, even like little stuff, like there was a time where I wanted, you know, everything as soon as I met them to be perfect. Like it had to be perfect. You know what I mean? But God is saying, you know, can you, and I wrote about this in the last blog I did last week. So if you haven't checked out my blog, check it out at the link in my bio. But can you be patient with building him into that dream man that you desire? Can you be patient and work with the stuff that he has that is right? So many of us were looking for everything that he's done wrong. Oh, he didn't respond to my text, and it's been 6 hours, 5 hours. But maybe there will be a day where you'll need grace too, and you'll need him to be patient with you responding as well. So just extend grace, guys, and just work on patience. Oh yes, it's called the three things that every single woman should know about before they hop into their next relationship. And it talks about really building up a man and really being knowledgeable of the fact that everything's not going to go your way. And I definitely can see, as I reflected on that, I definitely see some of the areas where God has grown me. And he's still growing me. When I say grown me, I mean like this summer grown me, y'all. Like this is up until that blog post, I was not like this. Crystal had put up a post in the group not too long ago. She talked about sticking with your man and being beside him and being patient with him and really loving him and building him up. And at the time I looked at it and I'm like, but if he's not doing XYZ, I'm like, I don't see how we're supposed to do this. But God's been teaching me, Dewana, your heart is wrong. Your heart is wrong. Your heart should be, marriage is a service, guys. How can I serve my husband today? How can I love him today? How can I be more patient with him today? God, don't give me a husband until I'm truly ready to serve him the way he deserves to be served and treat him the way he deserves to be treated. You know? So just understand, guys, as you guys are on this journey, I'm on this journey with you. I'm on this journey of being patient with you. I'm on this journey of learning what it means to have the beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit. And tonight I had to look back to see where it was. It was up there. Can you guys see it? Anyways, and tonight I wanted to share with you guys just some of the thoughts that I have about being patient and really trusting God with this process. So a lot of us, we think that we're ready, but honestly, guys, we're not going to even be perfect in marriage. I already know I'm not. I know I anticipate some mess ups, but I believe that God has started to break apart the ground where I'm starting to see the area of patience. So that's my transparent moment with y'all. I love you guys. Make sure that you connect with me on my blog. I have at least 14 posts up now. And the blog's doing really, really good. So make sure you go over there and you want more, read that. And check out the post, especially the 3 things that every single woman needs to ask themselves before entering into a relationship. All right. Okay. So I love you ladies, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Do you guys have questions? If you guys have questions, type wait. But yeah, be patient, guys. I get so many DMs of people who say either they've learned something about patience, or they wish they were more patient in their previous relationship, or they wish they were even more patient in their previous marriage. And so I'm asking God to perfect within me the work of patience before my future husband comes. And I encourage you guys to do that too. All right. So I love you guys. I'm going to give you our countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7. If you have a question, type wait. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Connect with me in my on my blog. And then also, guys, I'm going to be teaching a course called the Happy Single Woman Academy. If you're interested in that, if you're interested in working with me for 4 weeks on becoming happier, more confident in your singleness, really pursuing your purpose, check it out at the link that LaCosta just put up, bit.ly/happy single woman, guys. So as God is perfecting us, as we're deepening our walks with him, as he's teaching us what to do, I want to work with you all on really becoming more confident and embracing the season of singleness and enjoying yourself, okay? And becoming the woman God's created you to be. So check that out. Love you. Bye.